Welcome to AFL Cairns TV. We've got Brad Cooper and Mitch Bohm here from Port Douglas Crocs. Lads, it was a tough slog out there in the wet conditions, but round one you'd be happy to take a win the way it happened today.
Yeah, mate. Had pretty good numbers pre-season. A bit up and down with the rain and that, but in the end, sun come out. The ground was pretty good. Through the middle, it was real good. So credit to Kesey Taylor getting out there and doing a bit for it. And yeah, boys got around everyone. And yeah, got over the line.
Definitely. Coops, the way the boys started, probably you would have been frustrated and pretty angry with that at stages, but I mean, they really fought back and showed the class they had. Credit to South Cairns as well. I mean, they took it up to you early on, but your guys really responded in the second half.
Yeah, look, all credit to South Cairns. They were first to the footy, wanted the footy, used it really well. It looked like a team that combined well, where like I could make an excuse and say that we had 9 or 10 new players or whatever, but we just didn't. We were just second to the ball, which was the biggest problem. After we addressed that at quarter time, I thought after then, when we started winning some contested ball and getting first to it, things come back onto our side a bit. But it was a real arm wrestle for the rest of the day. So.
Was it just that you guys started half asleep and thought it might just happen? You've obviously recruited well over the summer, but what was the mindset early on that sort of got them on top?
Oh, look, if you can work out the mindset of footballers, mate, you'll make a lot of money. So I thought we were up and about before we went out. We spoke about the way we wanted to play. We've been training that way. I think perhaps we may have even had an extra game on top of South Cairns. So all the factors I would have thought would have held us in good stead to be out there and get going. But it wasn't all that we didn't get going. It was a lot of credit to South Cairns in the way that they initiated, getting in early in the game and using the ball really well. They got a lot of value for their forward 50 entries, I thought, today, whereas we didn't so much.
Yeah. You've been around for the last couple of years, and the group obviously changes every year with the guys coming in and out. How do you see this group? I suppose compared to years past, obviously recruited well, but how do you see the group this season?
Yeah, well, we lost a fair few. I think about 8 or something, but the boys that have come in have just fit in their role perfectly. So that's probably why we started so slow, is because so many new people gelling together. It's a bit hard to see how people playing that. So, but in the end, yeah, everyone fought hard, and South Cairns played very well, and yeah, in the end, it was good to get over the line. So.
Just on South Cairns quickly. I mean, you're focused on your side, not as much as them, but I mean, the way they started, with the moves to throw Cam and Mungie back, I suppose that changed up a little bit, but around the ground they didn't have a heap different in terms of personnel. I mean, was it just the way they, it was intent from them, maybe new coach to start quickly?
Oh, look, I don't know. They could probably give you a better insight into the reason they got out of the blocks or connected so well today. But I knew that Cam Campbell would be down back, and I knew Mungie was playing down back. I watched him, and I actually thought that is a good move for them. I think that today they both contributed well down there. They're both cool heads, and Cam, obviously being a coach, rallied the guys down there really well. I thought they were strong in all parts today. I thought their midfield was really good. I watched Pike last year play off half forward a fair bit and scratched my head. He used as a midfielder to me, and I think today he was probably the best midfielder out there, I thought. So from that side, I thought there wasn't too many surprises. It was just more of us getting ourselves into the game and competing, and eventually we were able to do that, and we're probably lucky to get away with the win today. So.